The resilient reenactors. A journey through time. The sun hung low in the sky, casting a warm, golden hue over the sprawling field where the historical reenactment was set to take place. It was the culmination of months of preparation and dedication, a chance for history enthusiasts to step back in time and relive the past. The organizers had spared no expense, and participants from all over the country had gathered to take part in what was promised to be an unforgettable experience. Little did they know, however, that this reenactment would become a test of their determination and resilience like no other. A dream unfolds. For Samuel Thompson, an avid history buff, the event was a dream come true. He had spent countless hours researching and acquiring the authentic gear needed to portray a Civil War soldier accurately. As a high school history teacher, he had convinced several of his students to join him on this adventure. Among them was Rebecca, a talented and passionate reenactor, and John, a young man with a deep fascination for the Civil War era. The trio arrived at the site early in the morning, greeted by the sight of bustling tents and excited reenactors from all walks of life. Soldiers from the North and the South, nurses, civilians, and even a few families had come to immerse themselves in the past. The atmosphere was electric, and Samuel, Rebecca, and John couldn't help but feel a sense of camaraderie among the participants. A perfect storm. The reenactment began as planned. The Union and Confederate armies lined up on opposite sides of the field, each side carrying their muskets and cannons, ready to recreate the epic battles of the Civil War. As the battle commenced, the air filled with smoke, and the sound of gunfire echoed across the field. The reenactors were in their element, fully engrossed in their roles. However, nature had different plans for this historic reenactment. Dark clouds gathered on the horizon, and a rumble of thunder warned of an impending storm. Despite the signs, the reenactors continued to fight, the rain making the ground muddy and treacherous. The atmosphere that was once electric now took on a new level of intensity as the battle raged on. Battling the elements. The rain came down in sheets, drenching the reenactors and turning the field into a quagmire. The once eager participants now found themselves struggling to move, their muskets heavy with water, their uniforms sodden and uncomfortable. The cannon fire became muffled by the rain, and visibility was severely reduced. Samuel, Rebecca, and John found themselves huddled together behind a makeshift barricade, trying to shield themselves from the rain and maintain some semblance of composure. Samuel's enthusiasm had now transformed into a battle of determination. The students looked to him for guidance, their faces a mix of fear and uncertainty. "We can't give up now," Samuel declared, trying to muster his resolve. "This is our chance to experience history like never before. Let's keep going." A beacon of hope. In the midst of the chaos, a figure emerged on the field. It was William Granger, an experienced reenactor who had seen his fair share of rough weather during reenactments. With a reassuring smile, he joined the trio behind the barricade, offering words of encouragement. "Every reenactor faces challenges," William said. "The real heroes of history faced far worse. Let's remember their resilience and fight on." William's words were a beacon of hope. They rallied the group, and the students found new determination to push through the difficult conditions. The battle raged on, and they soldiered through the relentless rain, firing their muskets with renewed purpose. A test of endurance. Hours passed, but the storm showed no sign of relenting. The field became a muddy, chaotic mess, and many reenactors began to doubt if they could continue. The organizers had no choice but to pause the reenactment temporarily due to safety concerns. Sheltering in their tents, the reenactors had a chance to regroup and dry off. Some decided to call it a day, while others grumbled about the unpredictability of the weather. Samuel, Rebecca, John, and William, however, were undeterred. They saw the adversity as an opportunity to make this reenactment even more unforgettable. The quartet decided to camp out overnight on the field to continue the reenactment the following day, regardless of the conditions. They were fueled by a shared determination to push their limits and test their endurance, just as the soldiers of the Civil War had done. A night to remember. The decision to spend the night on the field turned out to be a defining moment for the four reenactors. They set up a small campfire, which provided some much-needed warmth and comfort. Sitting around the fire, they shared stories of their love for history and the sacrifices made by the soldiers they portrayed. The rain continued to fall throughout the night, but it didn't dampen their spirits. Instead, it served as a reminder of the hardships endured by those who had lived during the Civil War. The reenactors gained a deeper appreciation for the resilience of the soldiers they were portraying. The morning after. The following morning brought a break in the rain, and the group emerged from their soggy tents with a newfound sense of purpose. They were met with a sight that took their breath away. The field had transformed into a sea of mud, with puddles everywhere. It was a far cry from the pristine battleground they had started on, but the authenticity of the experience was unmatched. With their muskets once again loaded and ready, they joined the other reenactors who had decided to continue. The battle resumed, and the reenactors gave it their all, splashing through the mud, firing their weapons, and shouting battle cries with unbridled enthusiasm. The power of resilience. As the reenactment continued, a sense of unity and purpose emerged among the participants. The conditions had brought them closer, and they no longer saw the rain as an obstacle but as a shared challenge. Their perseverance in the face of adversity was truly inspiring. The battle reached its climax, with the Union and Confederate forces clashing in a final showdown. The mud-splattered reenactors fought valiantly, embodying the spirit of the soldiers they were portraying. The spectators, who had braved the elements to watch the reenactment, cheered them on with unwavering support. A victory in adversity. The reenactment eventually came to an end, and the exhausted reenactors made their way off the field, their uniforms caked in mud, but their spirits higher than ever. The organizers praised their dedication and resilience, and the audience gave them a standing ovation for their extraordinary performance in the face of adversity. As the reenactors gathered to share their experiences and reflect on the event, they realized that they had achieved something remarkable. They had not only relived history but had also created a new chapter of resilience and determination that would be remembered for years to come. The legacy continues. The experience had a profound impact on Samuel, Rebecca, John, and William. They learned that history wasn't just about reading books or watching documentaries, it was about experiencing it firsthand, facing the challenges of the past, and honoring the sacrifices made by those who came before them. Inspired by their unforgettable adventure, the quartet continued their journey through time, participating in reenactments of different historical eras. They became advocates for the power of resilience and determination, spreading the message that even in the face of adversity, one could achieve greatness by staying true to their passion and purpose. And so, the legacy of the resilient reenactors lived on, reminding people that history was not just a thing of the past but a living, breathing force that could inspire, motivate, and bring out the best in all of us. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Reenactment Redemption. A Tale of Unbroken Spirit. Once upon a time, in a quaint town nestled within the rolling hills of New England, there lived a community bound by a shared love for history. They were the proud descendants of patriots who had fought in the American Revolution, and every year, they celebrated their heritage with a grand historical reenactment. This event had grown to become one of the most anticipated in the region, drawing visitors from near and far. The reenactment, known as Patriot's Pride, had been a cherished tradition for as long as anyone could remember. It was a time for the townsfolk to come together, don period clothing, and relive the heroic tales of their forefathers. The event had always gone off without a hitch, leaving everyone with hearts full of patriotic pride and a deeper appreciation for their history. But this year, a dark shadow loomed over the horizon. The Patriots' Pride Reenactment Committee was embroiled in a bitter dispute. The heart of the conflict lay in the event's central figure, the hero they had always celebrated, General Elias Thornton. Some committee members wanted to bring a touch of modernity to the reenactment, including more historically accurate elements, while others were adamant about preserving the traditional atmosphere. Amelia Grayson, a determined history enthusiast and the youngest member of the committee, was caught in the middle of this turmoil. She had grown up with the stories of General Thornton, a man of great valor who had led his troops to victory at the Battle of Willowbrook. But as she delved deeper into her research, she discovered discrepancies in the way the battle was portrayed in the reenactment. Her heart ached for historical accuracy, for truth over tradition. She believed that General Thornton's legacy deserved nothing less than a portrayal that reflected his actual achievements. She was prepared to fight for change, but doing so was easier said than done. The older committee members were staunch in their beliefs and were not willing to budge. As the arguments continued, it became clear that the dispute would tear the town apart, threatening to cancel the Patriots' Pride reenactment altogether. Amelia knew she had to find a way to bridge the gap and preserve their beloved tradition, while also honoring the real history behind it. One cool autumn evening, Amelia decided to visit the local library, a quiet place where she often found solace among the ancient tomes and scrolls. She knew that understanding the true history of General Thornton and the Battle of Willowbrook would be the key to her mission. In the dimly lit corner of the library, she discovered a forgotten diary, written by a soldier who had fought under General Thornton's command. As she pored over the fragile pages, the soldier's words came to life, painting a vivid picture of the true events of that fateful battle. She realized that the hero they had revered had been a complex and remarkable figure who had overcome incredible odds. General Thornton had indeed been a man worth celebrating, but not in the way the reenactment portrayed him. With newfound determination, Amelia made copies of the diary and shared them with the committee members. She explained that honoring the real General Thornton was not about abandoning their tradition but enriching it with the depth of history. Slowly but surely, some of the committee members began to see the value in her perspective. The town, however, remained divided. As the days passed and the arguments raged on, a compromise was finally reached. A special assembly was scheduled to discuss the changes to the reenactment. The town was invited to participate, and emotions ran high as the community gathered to debate the fate of Patriot's pride. Amelia, armed with her newfound knowledge, took the stage. She spoke passionately about the importance of honoring the true history of General Thornton and the Battle of Willowbrook. She emphasized that their tradition could evolve while remaining deeply rooted in respect for their heritage. The crowd listened, and the tension in the room began to ease. Amelia's words touched the hearts of many who had previously been reluctant to change. The atmosphere was charged with a renewed sense of purpose, a shared desire to honor their ancestors while embracing historical accuracy. In the end, a consensus was reached. The reenactment would undergo a transformation, reflecting the real story of General Thornton and the Battle of Willowbrook. The town would adapt its cherished tradition without losing its essence, bridging the gap between the old and the new. Over the following months, the community worked tirelessly to prepare for the reenactment. The changes were significant, with a more authentic representation of the Battle of Willowbrook. The costumes, weapons, and even the battlefield itself were reconfigured to match historical accuracy. It was a labor of love and dedication to their heritage, their town, and their ancestors. The day of Patriot's pride arrived, and the town was buzzing with excitement. Visitors from far and wide had come to witness the transformed reenactment. As the first cannon shots echoed through the air, the crowd watched in awe as history came alive before their eyes. The battle raged on, but it was different this time. The soldiers moved with purpose and precision, their actions rooted in the genuine tactics used by General Thornton. The crowd was enthralled, feeling the weight of history in every moment. Amelia played a pivotal role, donning the uniform of a soldier who had served under General Thornton. She led a group of reenactors who had been deeply inspired by the new direction of the event. They embodied the spirit of the revolutionaries who had fought for their freedom. As the climactic moment of the battle approached, Amelia stood at the front lines. The enemy forces, once defeated year after year in the traditional reenactment, now put up a formidable fight, just as the actual British forces had done at Willowbrook. The tension was palpable as the battle reached its climax. In a dramatic turn of events, Amelia's group, emulating the real events from the diary, staged a bold maneuver that turned the tide of battle in favor of the American forces. The crowd erupted in cheers, not for a contrived victory but for a moment of historical significance. The reenactment had become a true representation of the bravery, sacrifice, and determination that had defined their ancestors. The reenactment ended with a sense of fulfillment that had never been felt before. The town had preserved its tradition while embracing historical accuracy. The crowd had witnessed a story of struggle and redemption, a testament to the unbroken spirit of a community bound by its love for history. As the years went by, Patriot's pride continued to evolve, drawing even more visitors and participants. The spirit of unity and the commitment to historical accuracy remained at the core of the event, inspiring generations to come. Amelia's journey had not only preserved a cherished tradition but had also rekindled the town's passion for history. Her tireless dedication to the truth had brought about a new era of appreciation for their heritage. The town of New England had learned that change could be a source of strength and renewal, and that their history was a living, breathing entity, forever evolving and inspiring those who dared to remember and celebrate it. In the end, it wasn't just a reenactment that had gone wrong, it was a community that had faced a struggle, found motivation, and emerged stronger and more inspired than ever before. Patriot's pride had been transformed into a living testament to the unbroken spirit of a town that refused to be defined solely by tradition. It had embraced change and preserved its history, a story that would be told for generations to come. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Please hit the like button if you like this video, and hit the subscribe button to learn English through watching these kinds of interesting stories daily. Please click on the screen on any video showing on your screen to watch it next. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video till the end.